That's better.
What is up, my fellow adventurers? If you're like me and you don't like taking the time to set up your shots when you're on the trips, but you want to film your adventures, then I got a video for you. Stick with me. Now, the 360 camera that I use to film my adventures is the GoPro Hero 360 Max, which I'm actually filming with right now, so I can't show you, but with the power of picture-in-picture, check it out. The GoPro Max retails for about $670. And the greatest thing about this camera is actually the software that comes with it that allows you to keyframe everything. You just kind of reach up and hit record. If you have it on your head or on your chest, just hit record. And you don't have to worry about getting the perfect shot. It takes a bit more time editing, but the end result is great. You can always frame the shot exactly how you would want it to be framed. The camera also edits out the selfie stick if you're into that. And if you use the keyframes in the GoPro software, you're going to end up with some buttery smooth footage, even if you're bouncing all over the place in whatever you're filming. Now I'm going to give you an example of the software.
Now when you first open up the app, you're going to see all your videos that you've taken. You can see some of them I've edited already. Now let's find something interesting for an example. So when you first open it up, you can see that I can look around in 360, scroll wherever I want, and position the camera. Oh, I already have some keyframes on this one, so I'll have to delete those. Select the keyframe and hit the little trash can. That one too. Okay, so let's start off by making them look forward, like down towards the rapids. And that's good. Right there. We'll set the keyframe. Okay. And then down here, I know he goes upside down at one point, so I want to look up at the kayak and kind of up at me on the cliff, because I think that'll make a cool shot. So, yeah, start looking up. And, sit there. And then another one. I want to see his kayak for a second because I might slow that down afterwards. That's cool. Looking up at his kayak and me on the rock. Could slow that down later. Okay, let's go back and play that through. That's pretty good. Just don't like how it transitions too fast though. So what you can do is you can actually change the way it transitions by clicking that, and I'm gonna say ease in. Now let's play that through again, see how it looks. That looks better. That's more what I'm looking for. Okay. I'll say render. Takes a minute to render. I'm just doing it on an iPhone 12 mini. It's pretty quick. My old phone was terribly slow. But this is significantly better. It's even faster if you're doing it on the computer using the app you can get for your computer, which is basically the same as this. Now that's rendered. I can choose to export that if I want to. I'll save to photos. And it's on my photos now. And then you can just start piecing that together in iMovie if you want.
Now the keyframing works great, whether it be a simple shot of you hiking taken with a selfie stick, or the camera strapped to your board or your boat. Whatever you kids are riding these days, it's going to give you great, smooth footage. It's been great because it just lets me reach up and hit record on top of my helmet, and I don't have to take the time to set up the shots. I can also just take the helmet off my head and set it down and use it as a tripod if I want to, and that's been really beneficial. and simple. It's very rare that I bust out my tripod for any shots anymore. I just use my helmet. It also lets you get really cool shots, like I think they call them tiny world shots, stuff like that, which is really interesting. And you can add pans afterwards that make it look like you have your own little cameraman following you around, filming your adventures. If you combine the 360 camera with a long selfie stick, you can get some shots that are very similar to drone footage, which is really cool. And you can pick a selfie stick up that's fairly long, like 10 foot. I think I picked mine up for about 50, 60 bucks, something like that. And it gets some epic footage without the extra cost of a drone and the extra weight of bringing everything that a drone requires, like the extra batteries and stuff like that. The camera also edits out the selfie stick if you're into that. It's just a matter of positioning it straight up and down on the selfie stick, and that'll let it edit it out the best. I know I had another cheaper knockoff GoPro in the past, and I used it for a couple trips, and I just found it was too much work, and I wasn't happy with the footage I was getting. So after the first couple months with it, I ended up not even using it because it was just not very satisfactory to me. And I couldn't justify bringing it on adventures just to get the odd cool picture, because basically that's all it was good for. Now, I don't regret buying that. If I do need another camera set up just for an extra angle or something, I would consider bringing it. But with a 360 camera, or even two, you can have some knockout footage that'll just make your channel shine, or just great footage to look back on after the fact of your adventures if you don't want to post it, you're not interested in sharing it with the world. And I definitely love that fact for mine. I mean, I share my trip videos, but at the same time, I do them mostly just for me. Now, the camera is a little bit bigger than a typical GoPro, but it's pretty negligible. And cost-wise, I think it's a little bit more. But it's totally worth it just for the versatility of the camera. And you can still shoot in non-360 mode if you have the time to be in control of the camera anyways. It just works like a typical GoPro, which is great. I use that when it's just a simple shot like the one I'm doing right now. I just have it set up like it's my cell phone, basically facing back at me, and I can see the picture on the little screen on it, and the screen image quality is pretty good. Nothing to write home about, but nothing to complain about at the same time. Oh, by the way, all the audio you're hearing right now, recorded on the GoPro. So, you be the judge whether it's good or not. Well, I hope this helps you guys out. Be sure to like and subscribe, and get out there for some adventures of your own.